This is the Comrade Show. Make Comrade Show with Comrade Illiteracy live on Facebook and YouTube. Like us, follow us, and be the first to know. This is the Comrade Show. Make Comrade Show with Comrade Illiteracy live on Facebook and YouTube. Like us, follow us, and be the first to know. This is the Comrade Show. Make Comrade Show with Comrade Illiteracy live on Facebook and YouTube. Like us, follow us, and be the first to know. This is the Comrade Show. Make Comrade Show with Comrade Illiteracy live on Facebook and YouTube. Like us, follow us, and be the first to know. This is the Comrade Show.
Okay, a very good day, good Saturday to everybody out there, Edo people and Nigerians, most especially across the world. This is the Comrade Show, and my name is Comrade Lamte Oriahi. On this segment today, this is one segment I call Personalities and Influencers. I have the privilege of playing host to Prince Jesse Osemege Isibo. He is the leader, the convener, and the coordinator general of the United Kingdom of Great Benin movement. The UKGB is a movement that is making so much effort to restore the glory of Benin Kingdom. From what we know, Benin Kingdom is a very large kingdom, and they've been working very hard to see how the subject of the United Kingdom of Great Benin can be, unified, bringing everybody together. On that subject, we want to engage with, Prince Evangelist Jesse Osemege Isibo. It's an honor to bring him on. Jesse Isibo, how are you today, sir?
Yeah, my Prince, comrade. May God Almighty and our ancestors continue to bless us. We are fine. We are doing great. And
Good,
you?
man. Good, man. Not too bad, my brother.
Yeah.
Yes, UKGB. Can you tell us a bit about UKGB, United Kingdom of Great Benin? What is this about?
Yes, United Kingdom of Great Benin is a movement that is destined to restore the glory of the Great Benin Kingdom that was intercepted in the year 1897 by the British. So that is what United Kingdom of Great Benin is all about.
Okay. Now, how? I mean, when you talk of 1897, that's a very long time ago. We're talking over 100 years ago, and so many things have happened between then and now. So, what are you people doing to bring about this restoration?
Yeah, yes, a lot of things is currently happening now in Nigeria. We were on our own. When you look at the history that gave birth to Nigeria, the Great Kingdom of Benin has been existing, and our king never said he would not do business with the British. He only told them that they should give him a time because he's having a celebration, cleansing of the land is going on, which they refused, and for that reason they invaded the land. So since then, it's 124 years now, and we the Benin have taken our neighbors and our and everything that happened, we took it like, well, it has happened, let's move on, because our king have to come out voluntarily after more than 5 million Benin citizens were, killed. So we took it and we love our neighbor, and we were on our own, and we saw map begin to come out, fly out from different angles due to marginalization or due to the structure of the Wazobia system that Nigeria is operating. And certain group of people felt that they have reason to go, and have their own nation, which we are not against. But we sat down and we saw that the map that they came up with, the Benin Kingdom that has been existing for thousands of years, we are shared into the east, the north, and even to the west. And these are things that we said to ourselves that this is an insult, because before the invasion of the 1897, what we know today as Southern Nigeria was once referred to as the Benin territorial inference. And every descendant of Benin that we are living in this territory, they were the owners of those lands. They were the one that was controlling and doing business in that land. And they were referred to as Benin. And that is why people like Wike can still come up today and say that he's Benin. That is why somebody like our Oba of Eko can still come up and say that we are Benin, because that was how the structure was. So now a certain group of people came out and they decided to draw their own map without having a regard for the great kingdom of Benin. And so we said this is not okay with us. We are not saying they should not agitate, but if Nigeria is to cease to exist, everybody must go back to the original plan before the British came. And we all know who we are before the British came. And let no man be intimidated, and let everybody stand for who they are, their history, and how they became, so that we can be able to settle, what is happening in Nigeria currently without having too many bloodshed. So that is why we are coming up to tell our neighbors that we are not Yorubas, we are not Igbos, we are not Hausa Fulani, we are great Benin people. We are great Benin citizens. We have been living, before the invasion. So for this reason, we are also telling of them that our territory, all our people should allow to live and to be themselves, in all this territory. For intimidation will not be allowed. We will not. Benin have always been known for defense. All the wars we fought wasn't because we just want to fight war. We fought war because certain people were encroaching into our space, and God Almighty and our ancestors don't. Normally when you are oppressing any child, the gods of the land support the child to persecute whosoever that is, unjust to such people. That is the situation of Benin. Our neighbors has been unjust to us, and God Almighty and our ancestors have always proved them that these people are anointed people. They are my children. You have to follow their footsteps. You have to honor them. You have to respect them. So that is why we came up and we are letting the whole world know, especially the United Nations and Britain, that if Nigeria is going, which is already going the path, so we, the United Kingdom of Great Benin, we stand for the restoration of our kingdom, that returning our stolen artifacts without returning our stolen sovereignty, that is unacceptable. So it is a slap to every Benin citizens, and it's also a slap to every black race. You came, you stole, you destroyed, you burned down everything, and now the whole thing is destroying. And if you want everything to settle, all of us have to sit down and do it amicably according to what we give peace. So we have already registered with the UN, and we are also working with the World Court to see how we can get justice, because the Benin has been deprived. We have been deprived of our rights for 124 years. We have, suffered for the structure that was carved out from Nigeria. that even when it was a Benin man by tribe, which is from the tribe of Isha, Tony Nauro was the one who stood up to demand for Nigeria independence. Up till now, what did he get? Nothing. And at the end, when they got the independence, the anger that was still the British was to share our territory into the east, west, and north. Until our king, great king, Akenzua came up and stood and said, no, we were people before the British came. We traded with Portuguese for 400 years. We have our embassy there. We have ambassadors. We were the first people to create bank in West Africa, which we call Azarigo. We were already living. We were the first people to have street lights. We were already organized. And then he stood and said, fine, we are not leaving Nigeria, but we need a place in Nigeria. We must have our own place. That was how Midwestern region was created. And at the end, they still destroy it and return everything back to Wazobia system, that is still destroying the country, today. So that is why we are calling on all the indigenous people of United Kingdom of Great Benin, which is the Aboriginal, the original owners of all these territories that were once referred to as the Great Kingdom of Benin, that we must remember who we are. We should not be intimidated by anyone. We should be focused, and we should be ready to defend our history and defend who we are. And we are also calling on our own neighbors that, yes, we are ready to work with them, because for the southern Nigeria to be free, it is the hand of Benin that we all must look up to. So they have to follow the footsteps of Benin, because we have the legal right to it. It is our legal right. We have the legal map. We have the legal right. So our country is not just like other agitation or other countries that is maybe less than 30 years now, or even 10 years. We have been there for thousands of years. And so we will continue to be there. So we are telling them that we love them and they will continue to love them, but they must endeavor to do what is right by understanding that there is a great man among them, and that man is Benin, and they must allow him to be himself to enable them have the freedom that they truly yearn for. So these are our areas, and these are things we believe that we should do, because when we continue to talk about the problem of Nigeria, we know that the certain people have vowed that there shall be no solution. So if they have vowed that there should be no solution, so there is no need trying to create a solution where a certain group of people had vowed that there shall be no solution. So for that reason, we will not fight them. Rather, we create our own solution. So that is why we are calling on all the intellectuals, the Benin intellectuals, because our ancestors were known to be great in science and mathematics and medicine. So we are calling on all the Benin great sons and daughters to come and join this movement, because we are talking of using a blockchain and artificial intelligence to create an economic force that will benefit all the Benins, even while we struggle to unify and restore the kingdom. So that as a proud citizen of Benin, when we stand up, people will know that we are truly different among others.
Thank you very much. You flagged off a number of things, quite a number of things, subject matter, as it were. You've talked about, the Benin people itself, the great Benin kingdom people. You've talked about the issue of the artifact and, of course, the role of the British, okay, to have entrapped the United Kingdom of Great Benin people in this, what were, I will refer to contraption as you described it. And, of course, you're talking about a lot of other things and all of that. I want to ask you specifically, okay? If we want to go by, by way of location, we know where, what's it called, Benin is in the map, okay? But you've talked about an extension. You talked about we. Who are the we that make up this great Benin people?
Yes, like about last month, about 14 kings and the two community came out from River State to declare openly before the world that they are Benin. These are not just made kings, they are the original owners of the land. So when we say we are talking of the owners of this land
who are these owners? Can you just give us a list of some of them? Because somehow
when I mean the owners of this land,
yeah,
Onitsha, the owner of Onitsha is the Obi of Onitsha. The owner
is the Obi of Onitsha a Benin man?
Of course, he's a Benin man. Of course, he's a Benin man. Don't you see Ada and Eben in his hand? That is our strength as a Benin people all over the world.
Educate us. How is Obi of Onitsha and those kind of people? You know, how can we say they are Benins?
I have just said it. What makes you a Benin? Number one is what is in your hand, and what is in his hand is Ada and Eben. That is all. There's no other thing that you actually needed more. You know, so that was how the kingdom was built. When you go to Eko, you see the Ada and Eben. When you go to Ondo State, you see those that is holding it there, and they all are not denying their roots. So they all said, "This is who we are," because that is who they are.
So what you are telling us is, anywhere you find Ada and Eben,
yeah,
okay, there is a link between that place and the Benin Kingdom as we know today.
Yes, there is a link, not just a link. They themselves have Benins.
So how many nations across the world, okay, are people identified now are Benin nations across Nigeria and probably beyond?
Yeah, across Nigeria, we have a lot of Benins in Nigeria. So when we want to talk of the tribes that fall into Benin, we are talking of the Edo, the Ishans, the Owans, the Akoko Edo, the Isako, the Eka, the Gala in Benue State, the Ikwane, the Ikpaye, the Isoko, the Urobos, the Onichaidu, the Royal and Noble House of Ishekiri, Warri Kingdom, the Ogba Kingdom in River State, the Ado Ekiti, the Ado Akure, which is a Donekere, the Ekos and East Royal and Noble House, the Idomi Kingdom, River State, the Kwere, the Ikere Ekiti, the Apia, the Uwuriona, which is the Kwere in River State, the Kola people, Kingdom of River State, the Ejinin River State, the Ejinin people of River State, and the Ipia of Bayelsa, the Atisa of Bayelsa, the Zarama of Bayelsa, the Degema of River State, Tobia of Bayelsa, Obinama of Bayelsa, Tobia in River State, Nepe Bayelsa, part of Etchis River, then the Enugu-Ezike, Oguta people of Imo State, and some part of Ijo people, and the Ovorame descendants in Calabar, then the Itagbolu of Ondo, the Okere people of Warri Kingdom, the Kale, the Okitukupa, the Ishwa Akoko Ondo. Then when you now go outside Nigeria, where we have the Ga people of Ghana and the Ewe people from Ghana to Togo and the Republic of Benin. So these people that I have mentioned now, when you go to them, they all tell you who they are and why they are who they say they are. So
now, the list you have just mentioned now, okay, because geographically, Benin is not even one of the major tribes in Nigeria. But with what you have just mentioned right now, it means that Benin may be the largest tribe in Nigeria. What do you say to that?
That is why we are saying that enough is enough of this political jargons or political evil structure that these people connive with the British have done to us. I said we were the majority. These people, do you see their name? They were the majority in the land. And all of us were referred to as Benin.
So all these people you
And
just mentioned now, even down to Ghana, do they all claim to be Benins, to come from the United Kingdom of Great Benin?
of course, they are the one. We are not the one saying it. They are the one that is saying it. You had the Oba of Eko said it with his own mouth. Is there every? You even had Wike, and he's proud of it. Am I the one who came out to force? Did anybody give him money to do that? No. If there's even people to give him money, it is all those neighbors who are trying to change history that will be giving him money. But he knows where he's from, and he's standing on it. So the truth is that politically, we are the major, tribe in Nigeria. You understand? So when they now change they change the system into Wazobia system, our tribe, our people that is in the east or in the west, when they change it into Wazobia system, they were now forced to begin to speak a language that is not their own. In school, if you don't speak it, they will beat you. They begin to teach things, bring Bibles and other things in that languages, and a lot of our people, before 1897, most of all this area that our people live, they were all our people there, everybody were bearing Benin names, So they came. Now, if you are in Nigeria and you want to get into university, you have to, even when they are doing employment, you will see it is written there, you have to be fluent in one of the 3 major languages. What do you mean by 3 major languages? To destroy the remaining people, so that they cannot be proud of themselves, so that they cannot get job. Because if you dare say you are not fluent in Igbo, you are not fluent in Yoruba, but I'm fluent in Benin, a Do language, or a Ka language, or Urobo language, which all goes together as the Edward language, they are not going to accept you. You must.
You said the Edward language. What's the meaning of that?
It means the language that originated from the Benin, languages, language. So, and this language spread all the way. So that is why before the British came, all of us as believing, and we speak and we understand. A Yoruba man is here, and if he's speaking, I will understand. If a shaman is here, I'm speaking because of the connectivity of the language.
Relationship of languages.
Yes. When you even look at the side of the Yoruba, before now, the language the so-called Yoruba speak, which was not existing before like Yoruba, there's nothing like Yoruba. When Ijebuma is speaking, is different from when another tribe is speaking. Just like when someone is speaking Edo, when someone is speaking Nation. But they were able to politicize it and make it like, oh, it is a Yoruba. It is different. Okay. The same in Igbo, and even the same in Hausa.
Okay, let me quickly ask you this. I mean, the subject matter is unification of Great Benin Kingdom.
Yes.
Okay, now how do you and your movement, the United Kingdom of Great Benin Kingdom movement, intend to unify all of these tribes you just mentioned? As far as Ghana, how do you intend to bring everybody together under one geographical region and all of that, if that is the aim?
No, the one of Ghana, we are not talking of even the one of Ghana, but in person, if you have been following some of our Benin prince, like Prince Izodua, some time ago he went to Ghana. You understand? So we have people on ground who are doing a lot of things, and we are not saying that we want Ghana now to become United Kingdom of Great Benin, or we want Republic of Benin now to come and join us, because the full empire spread from Benin City to the east up to Sierra Leone.
Okay, there's a controversial matter, even while you are dealing with this. I'm sure that you must have heard of Nnamdi Kanu and, of course, the IPOB and Biafra movement.
Yes.
They have seriously laid claim to the fact that the Benins are part of Biafra, even in their struggle. To the extent that practically, as we speak, there are so many young Esan people, brothers and sisters, who identify very strongly with Biafra. What do you say to that?
Yes, the truth is that Nnamdi Kanu, or the name Biafra, it was because of still trying to do the wrong thing in a right way. When you want to do something, before we embark on this movement, we realize the importance of what we are doing. The name Biafra alone cannot stand in the territory of another man's space. Because when you go to the map dated back to 1450 and 16th century map, you see that what is referred to as Biafra is not even close to what is known today as Nigeria. So meaning when you present the name Biafra in the court of law or even before UN, and we all have to go back to the real time before the British came, you will be not surprised. You are going to see it that all the intellectuals will tell you that this name you are claiming all these people to be, we are never these people, we are never this name. According to law and according to oral evidence available and the document available. So it's either you are forcing these people to be it by force or by choice. So if it is by force, the people have right to say that no, they cannot be, that is not who they are. Then if it is by choice, they also have right to say, oh, thank you for bringing this suggestion, but this is who we are. So if we are to get freedom in the southern Nigeria, all of us must join hands together to ask for the restoration of the United Kingdom of Great Benin, a kingdom that is known all over the world, that you can present this document anywhere and then the whole world will list it to us, not trying to create something from nowhere and you are expected to have something. So I have been hearing and seeing what the Biafras and led by Nnamdi Kanu, and I think that truly a time will come, we all will need to sit, round table and discuss the way forward, so that what doing well, what's doing is what doing well, so that we all know we all know what we are all passing through in the country. So it is enough. This problem in law is already enough. So we should not create more problem in the South by trying to disrespect the real people who actually own the land, by trying to form up something, that will take us to anywhere. So this is what I'm calling on him and those who are following him, especially our Asans and even other tribes you just mentioned. We all need freedom and we must do it in a legitimate way and with a legitimate name, which is the United Kingdom of Great Benin.
Okay. Rosemary Excel, on Facebook just wrote, she said, an elderly man from Ghana once told me that his forefathers are from Benin, but I took it as a laughing matter. But with this information, I'm not thinking back. I am puzzled when you mentioned Onitsha, okay, as a part of Benin Kingdom, particularly looking at all the effort that the Biafra movement is making, okay, and now you just went straight into the heart of what we now know today as Biafra. See, the Obi of Onitsha is a Benin man, can trace his ancestry to Benin Kingdom. I really would like you to give us some more evidence, apart from even the way the Ada and Ebe, like you mentioned, did link them to Benin Kingdom. Is there more information you want to give us? But I'm interested in this information because we need to know, from every perspective, and so that we can be able to, make an informed opinion on what is happening.
Yes, the real truth is that we Beninese, we don't manipulate history, because our history is open. Even when you come to Britain, they study the history of Benin in school. From primary school, if you want to, as children, if you go to their library, You see, even written by the British themselves. So what am I trying to say is that we are not dragging anybody and we are not forcing anybody. But what we are saying is that let the people be themselves. Intimidation is not allowed. And we know what we are saying. And the people we are talking to know what they are saying. You know, they understood what I'm talking about. So when we say that all the people that I mentioned earlier are Beninese, and those people know what they understood. So if they understood it, there is the Beninese don't drag, they don't drag what belongs to them, or they don't drag who they are, because our history is available to all. We don't need to start painting it, to start. No, there is no need for me to start coming out and telling you this or telling you that. I've already told you that the governmental system, which our forefather put down, which is the Ada and the Eben, and all these other Eben, when you see it in anybody's hand, automatically that person is a Benin. And these people today, you are a journalist, you can begin to take your mic and move from place to place. Their names have been mentioned. You go and interview them and let them tell you who they are. So it's only when you now go there and they tell you that, just like the Olicha you mentioned just now, the Olicha Idu people are not telling you that they are not Beninese, then that is when I will be wrong. But they themselves are not saying that. And they cannot say that because the evidence is open for everybody. And they are proud of it. I said 2 months ago, last month here, 14 kings. Do you know what that means? If it was other tribe that is trying to drag, imagine 40 kings from the east, from inside the Benin Kingdom coming out to say that they are from so tribe in the east. Do you know where that will be ringing all over the world now? Or from the
Terry, sorry, sir, trying to interject. Terry G. Johnson, on YouTube says, I have a friend who speaks French from Congo, and he said he's from Benin Kingdom also.
So what are we talking about? The Benin Kingdom spread from the east straight to the Benin city, straight to the Sierra Leone. Up till now, when you still go there, I'm not the one saying it now. People are speaking for themselves.
Yes, I will quickly read this one out from Henry Bakari. He says, do you realize that the Benin Kingdom spread as far as Okotogbo, Alagba, Sabomi, Atije in Ondo State? Yes. That's supposed to be Yoruba territory.
No, it's not Yoruba territory. It is a Benin territory. So those people he mentioned now, yes, those people forget about politics. Those people he just mentioned now, they are Beninese. We were all living just like you are wherever you are. And I don't think you are UK, and now you have your children here. Especially maybe when you came to UK, there was nobody in this land called UK. It is you. And you came here. Benin has been traveling now, and you decided to cultivate the land. And others now join you. And others that join you, because in the olden days, because some of these our neighbors were not organized, so they were fighting themselves and selling themselves. So any group that can escape, they escape in thousands. Like for example, now 5,000 people is escaping from one camp, and he get to a territory. He met only about 200 warriors, strong warriors with their wife and their kid, and they are ready to kill the 5,000 people because they are gods, and they have a king in that land. And before you know, the 5,000 people say, yes, war is pursuing us from the other side, and we want to stay with you. Give us a portion for us we will do everything you asked us to do. And the 200 warriors said, okay, no problem. We are Beninese, and we are the king in this land, and we are the owner of this land. You can stay in that position. 5,000 people in another 1 year will become 15,000 people. Why 200 people will just become like 400 or even 500? So language is bound to change, and things are bound to change. But that does not mean that these people who actually were 200 men are not the owner of the land, or are not the one or they are no longer who they say they are. You know, so these are the things we must look at. Just as that our prince said that all these places is mentioned, that is what we are saying. We are calling on the United Nations that why are we saying what we are saying is because when Israel was the Jewish were being killed during the time of Second World War, a lot of them were, you know, killed. And after the war, the UN came together and the whole world came together and said, these people, yes, did they actually do what make them to, what caused all this problem?
Hello, sir. I greet you, sir. I am live. Yes, I'm on show. Do you want to speak to us live? Oh, okay, sir. Okay, all right. I'll do that. Sorry, bro. I thought you wanted to join. Okay, sir. Go ahead, sir.
So
Sorry.
we the Benin's, what we are saying is that we have always been who we said we are.
Yes.
All we are asking for is let's give respect to who respect is due. There is no need for us to be backbiting. If it is peace that we want, because the pain, if we don't follow the area of peace to give honor to who honor is due and see how we can create, you know, our system, which, because in the Benin Kingdom then, we were having a decentralized government. That is why the kingdom was very rich. And that is the area we are talking about.
What do you mean by a decentralized government? Can you expatiate on that?
A decentralized government is a government that is not based on if the boss did not decide, nothing will happen. Like, for example, now Nigeria is currently running, they call it a decentralized, but it's a centralized government, where every time we have to go to Abuja to get a result. But in the Benin Kingdom, the structure, it wasn't like that. That is why even in every family, starting from your family, let me break it down. Starting from your family, you have a leader. I want to explain the government system to you. You have a leader, and it is your father. And after your father, then your mom and your senior brother and your senior sister. Then after your family now, then you go to the Okagbe, which is the head of everybody in that family. Then when you leave your family, you go to the street. Then we have what we call Odionwe in the street, who makes sure that it is his responsibility as a government to create best, or to create the goodness that everybody will enjoy in that street. Then when you now move from the street, you move to the what is it called, the Enogie. Then from the Enogie,
so you are talking of governmental hierarchy.
Yes. So from the Enogie, you move to the Oba. So why do I break it down like this? All these people were actually having power. That is why in the street, the Odionwe, you as a young man, you want to build a house. Odionwe will not go and meet Oba now. He is his own government. It is his own right to make sure you have a land, because your father lives there, everybody lives there. Your father will, the Odionwe will now organize all the youth with you, everybody, to make sure they build the house for you. All the women will be organized to cook and do all these things to make sure that, so every street we are progressive, because every government we are working according to the structure.
This is instructive. Bakari Henry is saying on Facebook that the real problem that the Benin Kingdom had is that they refused to annex the territories they conquered and impose their own language and culture. We can take example of these from the present population of today's Israel.
Yeah, the truth is that the Benin, majority of what they call conquered, wasn't conquered. Let me correct that place. You cannot conquer a brother. Most of these people that conquered are not conquered people. They are Beninese themselves. They only left most of the kingdom, was it because they, like Onitsha now, no one conquered Onitsha. He left to form his own kingdom. When you go to the one in River State, no one conquered. They left to form their own kingdom. So we should know the difference between conquered and family moving to establish a colony or moving to establish a place for himself. You know, so we never like the Olu of Warina. We all know how the first Olu of Warri, how he left. He's supposed to be the crown prince of the Benin Kingdom. So people were already there. People are there does not mean that those people that were there, just as I explained just now, because of there were no coordination among them, a lot of them were fighting themselves and selling themselves. And so for that reason, when they enter into the Benin territory, they are allowed to stay there and nobody dare cross from the other side to come and take them to sell them. And so for them to be coordinated, they have to have a king to enable the system and every other thing work accordingly.
Okay, a very quick one. A very quick one. I know, of a fact that the present day Benin City, for instance, okay, or Edo State, have an Oba who is the spiritual, head, the supreme head of the present day, Benin Kingdom, as it were. Now, with what you are doing, trying to unify, use this your effort to unify, the kingdoms of Great Benin. Is the palace? Is the palace in line with what you are doing right now? What your group is doing?
That question is good that you are asking it. The truth is that, just as I said, letters has been written and letters will still continue to be, we'll still continue to communicate, not just only with the Oba of Benin, with other traditional rulers that is part of what fall into the territory of Benin Kingdom. The reason why we are doing what we are doing, not because actually we wanted to. This is 124 years, for crying out loud.
Yes.
You understand? We have been so lovely people. The Beninese are the most accommodated people.
Yes.
We have to be sincere with ourselves now. That do you know that even people begin to refer to the land of Benin as a no man's land because of our own, the way we receive people. So what we are saying is that we are trying to preserve ourselves due to the negativity that the so-called neighbors around us have created out of the Wazobia system or the Nigeria government that the British has created.
Okay.
Because
just sorry to interject. I think it's a very relevant question, and it is Aronosen Okokoni on Facebook who is asking this question. He said, "Guest speaker, does it mean that Benin is agitating for self-determination or restructuring of Nigeria? And if it is self-determination, how many countries are expected to come out of Nigeria?"
Yes. What we are doing and what we still continue to do is to allow the whole world know that we are not Yoruba nation and we are not Biafrans. We are United Kingdom of Great Benin. And if Nigeria, what I mean if, because there is always a grace. By his grace, I am an evangelist. And God has been merciful. And he has been, in short, God himself is begging Nigerians, because the blood of the innocent one, the children that they have killed.
I probably think this caller, sorry sir, is wants to, hello. Yes, I'm live. Are you calling to make contributions? Okay, tell us your name and where you are calling from.
Hello, sir.
Can you reduce the device you are using and tell us your name and where you are calling from, and then continue?
My name is Joseph Okiha. I'm calling from England.
Go ahead.
Hello, sir.
Can you go ahead and reduce your device, please? We have no time.
Okay, what I needed to say is that I the Benin have been so quiet for a long time. For 120 years is enough for our quietness. That is why the neighbors are taking us for a ride, especially the Yorubas and the Oduduwas, the Igbos and the Biafra. So it is time for we the Benin all over to come together and stand together and speak with one voice. How long can we live outside Nigeria? We are in London, we are in America, we are all over. But yet, we don't see the reason why we should all come together to rebuild our home. Because of what mama. So it is time for we the Benin to put aside our differences and work together as one. It's not about money, okay? We are not talking about money. We are talking about oneness, love, and unity to rebuild our home. Mind you, we are not building a home for the Oba of Benin. We are building a home for the indigenous people of Great Benin Kingdom. It's our home. We have a father. Our roof is leaking. We need to fix it, okay? A father that has a lot of children, that the roof is leaking and the children are not seeing it as their responsibility to help their father to fix their roof. It is time. Me, Joseph Ogiho, I have stand out to say, please, my fellow Benin, let's come together. Benin men and women, let's rebuild our home. We can be proud of for our children's children yet unborn. So they can know that, yes, there was an empire called the Great Benin. So please, let all the Benin, wherever you are now hearing my voice, call to this show. Register yourself with Great Benin Empire, Great Benin Kingdom, and be a part of it. Be proud of your home. You live in England, you are proud. You live in America, you are proud. You left your home. Please, let us come together and rebuild our home. Because the Yoruba want to take part of the land, the Igbos want to take part of the land. We were there before Nigeria was born. How can now a time have come for Nigeria to be disintegrated and we are nowhere to be found? It's unheard of. Please, my brothers and my sisters, wherever you are, let's join Priest Jesse, Evangelist Jesse, in Sibo. Let us move this movement forward. Let us rebuild our kingdom. We can be proud of our children will say of a truth. Our daddy have tried. Please, my brothers and sisters, wherever you are, let's come and rebuild our home. God bless all of you.
Thank you. I want to ask you quickly, where do you stand on the restructure of Nigerian state? It's a point of agitation by many segments of the Nigerian society. Restructuring. Where do you and your group stand?
Yes. In the area of restructuring, it goes a long way. We just talk of the tribes of Benin now. If Nigeria is to be restructured, first of all, we the Benin must be addressed properly. We must be addressed properly.
So what do you mean properly?
Properly is that for now, they are calling us minority. Why we are not minority? So that has to be changed in the constitution, have to change in everything. Then we have to govern ourselves, which we have been talking about.
When I mean we, are the Benin's majority?
Of course we are majority. You just had all the list, I read that to you. These people, the Oba Benin came out and said it's Benin. Is that not, when he say he, he's not just talking of him, he's talking of the Ekos and the indigenous people of Eko and all the people that they are Benin. Is it documented like that in Nigeria constitution? When
So the advocacy is that the Benin Kingdom should be, properly addressed by linking all Benin territories to Benin Kingdom and addressed in the constitution. Is that what you are saying?
Yes, we should also be regarded by accepting who all of us say we are. So if we are talking of the area of restructuring, I'm trying to let you know some of the things that we are also concerned about.
Okay.
You understand? And then the area of regional control. So why we are not, we understood that Nigeria was having a four government before. We have the East, the West, and the Midwestern and the Northern region. And now we have broken into, 6 And now for this 6 now, we have the south, we have the southwest, we have the east, the middle belt, and and the rest. So what am I trying to say is that going back to 4 governments now, and a lot of our family, even in the south now, are not ready to go. If we want to go back to restructuring, we say, okay, let's go back to the 4 governments we used to have, which is the northern government, the eastern and the midwestern government, to start again. So these things is already confusing. The time that people have given to government has elapsed.
Yeah. Okay.
It has elapsed. That is why you see all of them are doing what they are doing. So
now,
if they are doing what they are doing, we cannot stop them. Rather, we have to organize ourselves, also protect ourselves, and declare ourselves that this is who we are.
Do you have an association?
Of course.
And if you do, are these other people you have mentioned, are some of them members of the association or of the movement? For instance, do you have an association of United Kingdom of Great Benin movement? And do you have people of the Ikweres as part of it? Do you have people of the Onitsha as part of the group?
Yes, we have a lot of people that is part of it. That is what we are saying now, that even when our princess and prince did the agadagada in River State currently, we spend time, we spend energy, we spend in area of support, everything. Our people moved from Benin, representing United Kingdom of Great Benin, supported them, and those people, they are still with us also. So whether Ikwere, when all these people you are saying, they are all with us, and they are all coming out to say it themselves. If the 14 kings and the 2 communities that came out and said that they are Benin, if they are not with us, why would they come out and say such thing?
Anyway, if you want to call it and make contribution, we still have a few minutes more to go. Of course, the number is displayed right on screen. On screen. Of course, you can ring the numbers, and of course, we'll listen to you. Look, I want to tell you, this subject matter is very interesting, and I think that we'll be able to create on this platform to bring more of you and your team, into maybe sort of a conference discussion of this subject matter. It's important. I say this because if you look at the map, though people are Nigerians across the world, if you look at the map, the most recognized people globally, in Africa are the Benin people. To be very honest, the Beninese undoubtedly are people very recognized by the world. And that is why when you go anywhere and you mention Benin Kingdom, it is not strange to anybody. But there are some other parts you're going to mention across Africa that will be grossly strange, to people. Let's take this caller. Hello. Hello.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir. If you want to contribute, just go ahead, sir. Your name, well, I understand that. Where you are calling from, go ahead.
Okay. Thank you very much for this opportunity. This is Pete, and I'd like to thank that guy on your show. I just came in and started watching him, and he really draws my attention. And this is, I like us, kind of like a comrade. I would like us to talk after the show. And if possible, if you can bring in that guy so that we can talk after the show, so that we can talk about the database, the functionalities, everything is already complete. I really need people like this to work with so that we can put things in order. You understand what I mean, sir?
I follow you, yes.
Yeah, so I like us to talk after the show. I told you last time we worked on database, like this United Kingdom of Great Benin. And the functionalities, everything is already completed. So we want to so that we can structure it together. That's what I just need that guy so that we can work together, putting over the resources we want to put in.
All right, bro.
Discuss things right now.
All right, no qualms, sir. No qualms. The man who just called, who just called now, of course, we've been talking for quite a while, is a very well positioned Edo man in the United States of America. Very well positioned. He cannot disclose his name publicly because of what he does, but I'm sure it's going to be very instrumental to a cause like this. So I will facilitate that, of course, that discussion. Yes, if you want to call it, please, the lines are open. The number is +447438229094. It's on the screen and all that. So, like I was saying, Prince, Benin is very much on the map, on the global map. There is no doubt about that. As a matter of fact, it is globally recognized. When you are coming to the region of Benin, you hear of Benin Bight. You know, let's take this caller. Hello.
Yes, good morning, Comrade Show.
God bless you, sir. Yeah, we can hear you, sir.
Okay. Yeah, my name's Derek Oide.
Go ahead, sir.
I am a proud indigenous people of United Kingdom of Great Benin.
Okay, go ahead.
I actually called to commend Prince Jesse ESZIP for taking out the time to say that enough is enough. We can no longer accept that name anymore, minority, and we cannot accept any further marginalization like what we have been experiencing since they formed Nigeria in 1914. I want to say this, though it's opinion from my own side.
Yes.
That we are, according to history, we are talking about Benin Republic and Ghana and so many other people as well. Yes, ancestrally we are all connected as one people. But because a time passed and what we find ourselves now, I want to say those states itself is enough to form a country. Okay?
Yes.
When you go to the Vatican City in Italy, people may confuse themselves as the Vatican City that is part of Italy. But no, Vatican City is a country of its own. The population there, they are not even up to 900. But in Edo State alone, we have nothing less than 5 million indigenous.
Yes.
So I think instead of for us drawing our map very far to Enugu and the rest part, Benue, I would like to suggest that let's first of all focus on Edo State. Edo State was the capital city of Benin Empire or the Benin Kingdom, as it were. But for now, a lot of people might have decided that they want to be who they want to be. But Edo State still remain. The first dynasty starting from the Okiso era and up to the second dynasty, President Oba dynasty, is still there. From the beginning, the palace have not moved from there. It still remains there in Edo State today. So it will be very, very important that when we start from our home, then if we are all organized and united, let those our brothers who are far away from us, let them reconnect with us and let all of us speak in one voice.
All right.
So why I'm saying this, I don't
please
want
please, if you could round off in 30 seconds, please.
Okay. For example, sir. For example, when the Biafra people started their struggle, they were going smoothly, but until they start including Delta and Edo State into their imaginary map, that is where that agitation collapsed. So I'm of the opinion, I have been in this movement for a while, and I'm the opinion that we should try to focus our whole energy from Edo State, which is the capital of Benin Empire or Benin Kingdom then. But I just say this to congratulate and to beg all our indigenous for us to wake up to this call. It is enough. We need to stand to restore this Benin Empire or the Benin Kingdom that once existed as a sovereign nation of its own.
Thank you very much for your call. Thank you, sir. That's his opinion. He wants Benin, Edo State, to be the focal point instead of the ancestral linkage to different other groups. What do you say to that?
Yes, that is where our focus is, and that is why he's the heartbeat. And the rest other things are branches that we must not allow to be cut off. So we must work with them. We must encourage them, because these are people who are also facing a lot of challenges in their own land, in their own territory. There are some of our Benin indigenous that dare not stand up before some people and say that I am a car. or I am Ikwere, he get there angry for saying I am Ikwere or I am a car. I must say what they say I should be. But the truth is that that is who we are. So these people, we are also preparing them, and we are also working with them, and we are also letting the whole world know, because definitely everything is going to go to referendum. You understand? A referendum of where people will choose truly who they are, yes, where to belong and who they are. So we must give everybody equal opportunity, not just only the Edo people, because they are not the only people of Benin.
Okay, just to quickly interject, can you sort out one question for us here? This question is being flagged off by, Esther. Esther is on Facebook. Esther Afogmo Jaye. I say, please educate people that Benin Empire is not for Edo-speaking people alone, so people don't feel inferior. What do you say to that? That the Benin Empire is not for the Edo-speaking people alone.
Yes, that is the truth.
Many people. Can you speak more to that, please?
That is what I'm saying. Benin Empire, Benin, when they say Benin Kingdom, it was a kingdom of, that was what I wanted to explain about decentralized government. It was a kingdom of that agreed. It wasn't just only Edo speaking people alone. So don't just focus on only Edo. Edo man, the same way he's 100% Benin, the same way the Ishama is 100% Benin, the same way the Ikwere is 100% Benin, they all have the right to claim to that their kingdom, because it's their own, all of us owns it together.
Let me take this caller. Am I missing the caller? Okay, I got you. Hello. Hello. Yeah, hello.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Please, calling from Italy.
Go ahead, sir. You have 90 seconds.
Okay. No, I just want to ask a question.
Go ahead.
About this movement, this United Kingdom of Great Benin. My people here in Nigeria. Are they aware about this movement? All the regions that make up the Benin Kingdom, are they aware of this movement? That is the question I want to ask.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's a very brief one, a good one. Are all these regions aware of this movement that is ongoing? The Unification movement of Great Benin Empire. Yes,
a lot of them are already aware, and some have done just hearing, and they are very excited about it. Because even the last, the 40 kings that came out and the two community, I personally wrote, a farewell, a good message, a goodwill message to be read before all the monarchs that came. And so our names and our aims and our objectives were mentioned. A lot of them were like, oh, wow, it's like, oh, this is what we have been waiting for, So a lot of them are aware, and I'm also using this opportunity for us to continue to spread it to areas that we still thought they are not aware, so that they can be free, or to be rest assured that freedom have truly come, a place where they can call themselves who they are without being afraid of anybody. If you say you are Ikwere, that is who you are, they will accept it like that. If you say you are Ika, that is who you are, there was nobody will intimidate you to begin to tell you, no, you are this or you are that. You understand? So we are already on ground with our people, and we look forward to continue to work with a lot of our people.
There's been this dilemma. Probably this one just give the last lap of the matter. We have Edo State, and there's been this dilemma, of other people in Edo State that are not Edo-speaking people. Okay, like the Assam people, the Afema people. Some of them coming to say, man, like Edo State activities is majorly made to look like it's just for Edo-speaking people alone. How do you make these people comfortable within this equation of Benin Kingdom in the matter?
Yes, the first of all,
because the average Edo-speaking person, okay, adopt Benin like a very personalized matter, like it does not encompass other people. Let's take this call. I will come to this question, sir. Hello.
Hello, afternoon, the Comrade Show.
Good afternoon, sir. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Chris. I'm calling from France. I want to thank that my brother for this great movement, but I have a question to ask, please.
Go ahead, sir.
My question is, in the case if this great Benin movement finally comes to pass, and if eventually our people that are in diaspora, that is Ghana, those who migrated away from Benin, that are in Ghana, in Port Harcourt, in so many parts, if they decide to come back to Great Benin because of their marginalization where they are living, is it possible for them to come back as a Benin people to Benin, to at least in a two state now?
That's a
when
very
the mission is achieved.
That's a very useful question. What do you say to that, sir?
Of course, even as we are talking now, we have a department in US that is called United Kingdom of Great Benin Descendant America Chapter, that people who embrace Benin, either by DNA or by spiritual connection or by choice, are free to come in. These are Americans, are free to come in and associate themselves. So we get what we want. Even before we want to start having our database, creating our database for all our citizens, because we're already running it, because this is a country and this is our people. So all the things that we are asking, we have been begging Nigeria for. If a Benima has given just 5 years or 10 years to govern Nigeria, he would have turned to empire, bigger than empire itself. Look at what the space that we have in the olden days that the Benima developed and built it, and it became a wonders of the world. So we are saying that everyone is welcome. Wherever land you are, that you have already possessed, that your ancestors has given to you, you don't even need to move to Benin. It's still your land. Like, for example, now the Kwere people, they are still, the land they hold is still their land. So all we are trying to do, all these areas
I probably liken this to Gibraltar. The United Kingdom people, the English people, they are laying claim to the island of Gibraltar. They even have issues with the Spanish people, but somehow I think the UK is having upper hand. Gibraltar, is a region of United Kingdom. It is not inside United Kingdom. It's very even closer to Spain than the UK, but it is a government of UK that is in charge of major parts of Gibraltar. Is that the kind of thing you are making reference to?
Not without the consent of the people.
Okay.
You understand? So that is the solution. So as long as the people accept it that way, it is fine. And so far, we believe that the people you mentioned accepted it that way.
Yes, let me take this caller. Hello, sir.
Brother.
Good afternoon to you. What's your name and where are you calling from, sir?
My name is Pedro Clifford, as you may have known.
Go ahead, sir.
Thank you very much, and I thank my brother who you are hosting at this moment. Although I did not know you guys have started since, I just bumped into the show now.
Yes.
So thank you very much for devoting your time to do this. I just have a quick input to this discussion, and it is about coordination.
Yes.
Coordination, whatever anybody want to do, as far as Benin Kingdom is concerned, as far as Nigeria is concerned, proper coordination. We are in problem. We have been in this problem for decades, even since independence. So whatever any group of people, whether within the Yorubas, within the Igbos, within the Benin, proper coordination, giving everybody chance to belong and inviting everybody to belong. There is no way few voices can achieve this. Any change, any positive change in Nigeria, there is no way few voices can achieve this. If there is no coordination, this is what I was telling people about our brother in the other end, in the east. There was no coordination. Too much haste makes waste. So they were too in a rush. So political or economic development is a gradual process. You cannot rush it. Make everybody to understand, educate people, and make inclusiveness your watchword. This is a coordination. So we will be joining this movement. Anybody who comes out want to do anything about Edo Empire, I will always give my voice, even though that I am mindful of what is good and what is bad. So this is it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, you just talked about coordination, but before we go to coordination, I wanted to speak to the issue of Edo State, and of course, looking at the other, tribes making up Edo State, and of course, with some Edo people majorly looking at Edo, Benin, as a very personalized arrangement to Benin, Edo-speaking people alone. And I mean, speak to what do the Edo people speak? Do they speak Benin or they speak Edo language? Which
No, the Benin people speak Edo, the Edo language, not Benin language, but which can also be referred to as a Benin language. Just like, for example, the British people have the English people, and they have the Scottish people, the Wales, and the Northern, the Irish people.
Irish people.
So, but the English people are like the one trying to push, but when you look at the structure, they give right. In short, when you are in London, the benefit you even get when you are in Scotland. A lot of people move from London to go to Scotland.
Maybe more, yeah.
Maybe more. You understand? So even those tribes that is not English are even benefiting.
You are talking of regional autonomy to a reasonable extent.
Yes, what we are trying to do is that by God's grace, when we achieve our aims and objectives, every state now currently in Nigeria that fall into this jurisdiction of United Kingdom of Great Benin will automatically become a region of ourselves. You understand? A region to take care of our, just the way it was in the old. Like, for example, now, Delta State can become a region of its own, of itself, and as a region, it has a prime minister. Edo State have a prime minister. Eko has a prime minister. As a region, just like Scotland.
So invariably, they will just be bounded by some agreement that the people shall agree on. That's what.
Yes, just the way that is why in the old they refer to Benin Kingdom and the British Kingdom as because of the structure that was on ground. So the other tribes that is a Benin, let there be rest assured, just the way it was from the very beginning. They are the one that is going to get the lion's share of all the benefit, because they always have access to control. Like, for example, in the old, the Enoge of Ekpoma is in charge of Ekpoma. The one of Uromi is in charge of Uromi. They develop themselves and build themselves. That is why the empire was very rich. Everywhere there was government, there was the system. You are expected to build your land yourself.
I just want to appeal to everybody that we may not be able to take call anymore because we have run even beyond our scheduled time. However, this subject matter is one that is not a one-off. We're going to come to it again and again and again and again. As a matter of fact, we have not been able to exhaust all of the issues and questions around this subject matter. But we're going to schedule another day, hopefully within next week, not just to bring on Prince Jesse or Sevengi, but maybe one or two other, high-ranking members of the, United Kingdom of Great Benin to speak to this subject. And I am sure we will take, of course, as many calls as possible, when it gets to that very day. We will publicize it, we will talk about it, very loudly. So I want to apologize that we may not be able to take more calls and extend this program beyond now. And on that note, I want to say Prince Evangelist Jesse Osemege Isibo, thank you very much, for being part, for flagging this off, and of course for championing this particular cause, and of course for being on the Comrade Show to talk about this. Evangelist, thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. I thank everyone, all the citizens of United Kingdom of Great Benin. May God Almighty and our ancestors continue to strengthen us. Please, we are calling on all the Benin intellectuals, all the Benin great men to join us in this movement as we journey together to unify and restore the great kingdom of Benin. May God Almighty and our ancestors continue to grant us wisdom and understanding. Wayawesi. Thank you very much.
Yes, Edo people and Nigerians across the world. My name is Comrade Oriahi. I want to say, very quickly, I am a proud member of the United Kingdom of Great Benin, and if you're out there, you probably want to join the group. Okay, I'm sure by our next, meeting like this, we're going to display all the information necessary. But if you're in a hurry, reach us on the Comrade Show. Of course, we will send the link to you so you can click the link and join the WhatsApp group and be part of the discussion that is regularly taking place on that platform. Let's be reminded that, like he said, the platform is not meant only for Edo, Isan, and Isako or Delta people alone. It is meant for everybody who is able to identify him or herself as one who has his ancestral root from Benin Kingdom. Whether you are in Ghana, you are in Côte d'Ivoire, you are in Benin Republic, you are in Port Harcourt, wherever you are, and you identify yourself like that your ancestry, is drawn to Benin Kingdom, and you want to be part of this. Of course, to discover your own identity, reach us. Of course, we will provide that link for you. However, you may just wait. Next week, we are going to have this discussion again with a more number of persons, and of course, we allow a lot more phone calls and all of that. And but we'll continue to talk about this. On that note, I want to say thank you for being part of this. May God bless you all. May God bless Benin Kingdom, and may God bless Nigeria. Bye for now.
Make Comrade Show with Comrade Oriahi live on Facebook and YouTube. Like us, follow us, and be the first to know. This is the Comrade Show.